And then we
Yeah, let
will
me
get
just.
things going here.
Okay. So we resumed in the time-stricken city with Magnus and Adriel leaving the library with Madara and Asmogaras. City's bustling and busy, and obviously not floating presently. It's not in much of a desert anymore. It's lush and verdant with ample water. Maybe it was built on an oasis. The people aren't too different from those we've met in the modern age. They're speaking a dialect of ancient Synodician. Magnus looks for the time bubbles. They're faint, but they're definitely here. He spots shimmering walls when the sun catches them correctly. Magnus asks Usmagaras for assistance with dealing with the magic, but Usmagaras doesn't seem to actually have any power here, neither does Adriel. It seems like they don't have their power while their deity half is already ascendant. We take stock of our strengths. Adriel and Uzmi don't have any of their power here. Madara seems to be weakened too. She's been here for 1,000 years. Madara thinks that the inscription is another of Martek's games, so maybe not something to tie much into. Martek was convinced that he was the only one who could stop the creature. The gods agreed and aided him, and he was indeed able to imprison Calatharius, but at an incredible cost. Martek was convinced that when the creature broke free in 1,000 years, then and only then would great people be able to find the weapon and destroy the creature properly. In order to make sure the right people found the weapon, he hid the locations behind riddles and traps to weed out the unworthy. Hence, we're here. Magnus struggles to interact with objects in the time dimension. They seem to want to go back to where they were, and people seem to struggle to focus on them unless they're absolutely forced to. Madara seems to be able to interact fully with this realm, however. Magnus and Adriel discuss whether or not they could save the city at this point. Madara doesn't think any of them have the ability to change the future from this time frame. She certainly can't do so on her own. As they're discussing this, a time bubble comes across a pillar and shows it in its destroyed state. They see themselves walk up to the pillar and start to investigate it. They see Lunara read the words on the pillar, and Madara add the words, "You're welcome, Lunara," before the time Bible closes. Magnus directs the group to look around the town. Maybe find the temples to the gods and get their gifts, and Adriel prays to himself to try and get some direction. Lunara and Wei leave the library with Wei's book after Lunara decides to not take any other books from the library. As we're heading away from the library, we spot someone else traveling toward the library with a book in his hands. It's a monk, and Wei has a moment of recognition. Wei approaches the monk and seems to be noticed immediately. He immediately starts fangirling towards them. This seems to be the person whose teaching he's following. We continue onwards towards the temple, and Adriel spots a bolt of lightning fall from the sky and land near a home. Adriel takes it as an omen and decides to follow it. Decides to investigate, so we follow him. The house seems to exist in two separate states, now and the past. Past version is opulent, but the now version is dilapidated to say the least. Adriel investigates a chair in the room with an inscription of "Rule ye all who sit here." He sits down and immediately falls through. This home belongs to Caliph Mubarak. He's a bit of an oddball. The trap chair is not unexpected. The next room is a long L-shaped dining room. There seem to be magical lanterns at the ceiling that light as Lunara crosses the room. In the corner of the L is a corpse. As Lunara gets close to the corner, she steps on one of Rug's smothering and is attacked. Turns out there are 4 rugs of smothering in the dining room. That definitely tracks with what we know about the host. The corpse in the corner seems to have died trying to escape. It looks like they ingested some kind of poison and were trying to flee but collapsed at the door. To the north of the corpse is a room with 3 sinks. They seem to be weird magical traps. One of them causes Edgel's hand to become dyed once his hands are put into the stream. Further north is another room full of corpses, including a dwarf and a monolith. Runes at the arch of the room read "Turn back." Back in the dining room, a ghost invites us to come and dine with them. He spawns 3 goblets in front of us, 1 gold, 2 silver. He asks us to toast with the golden goblet. Most of us refuse, but Wei tries to fake drink and has the liquid dribble down the front of his shirt. He's awarded with a meal for his trouble and a ring worth 200 gold pieces. We head back to the room with the obelisk and send Quoth to investigate. He's unfortunately destroyed when he gets within 15 meters of the obelisk. 15 feet of the obelisk. Fuck, what are words? Lunara gets a bit closer to the obelisk and tries to see if she can detect any magic on it. Lunara can detect magic, but is unable to spot the source of the magic before she's attacked. Looks like these are invisible stalkers. Thankfully, there's only 2 of them, and we're able to dispatch them relatively quickly. We investigate the corpses and take a short rest before we decide to head onwards, making note of the trapdoor at the end of the room behind the obelisk. Session title was "Objects in the Time Dimension Are Closer Than They Appear."
Nice.
Okay,
Thank you for that recap. We did a lot last session.
we did. That was, yeah.
And let me bring you over to the city map. And we are currently over here at the
Yep.
obelisk. And yes, you can see that there are the corpses here, there's the obelisk, and the only way out that you have, I will just remind you, there was another door that led sort of outwards that was down towards the south.
Yeah.
You guys are free to sort of wander through this area of the map if you are needing a little bit of a refresher as to where and what things are.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for Roll20 to give me the map. It's all kind of blurry and
Uh, yeah,
it's
it's a pretty
taking a
big
while to load
map,
in. Yeah.
so it will probably take a second to load in.
Hmm.
Is everyone in?
I'm in.
Still
You're in?
waiting.
Yeah.
I ended up having to reload, but yes, I'm in now.
Wow, Roll20 is being slow today.
Yeah. Let me do a refresh. And... Oh, it literally, as I pushed the refresh button, it all came into focus. Fuck's sake.
So I'm being slow today? What?
What's that? Sorry?
You say I'm being slow today? Or
Roll20 is, I think.
sorry, I thought I heard my name.
Chang's
say,
being
like-
slow today.
Hey, what else is new?
That Chang. Being so slow. It didn't cache the image properly, so now it's doing
It's
the same
reloading
thing.
again.
Okay. I will not refresh. I will leave it.
Okay.
I'll be patient.
I will shift ping you all to the location.
Yep.
Oh, that took a second. So while we're waiting for that to load in, yeah, what would you guys like to do while you're here?
So we'd just taken a short rest, if I remember correctly. I think
You
we
had, yeah, you'd finished killing those
Yeah.
invisible creatures.
Yeah.
Forget, did we
Um,
check the trapdoor? There was a trapdoor back
We
there,
haven't.
right?
Yeah, the trapdoor here. We haven't looked at it at all yet. We just kind of left it be. I suggest that like we pull away from it and I see if I can open it with Mage Hand. And
It
that
works
way,
for
if
me.
it is trapped, we've got a bit of a a buffer from it.
Should be 30 feet away from it, so when the fireball goes off, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I can. It's there, isn't it? So that's like I'm approximately 30 feet away from it now. Delete.
okay.
Okay, then yeah, if Chang wants to back up, although I mean
Nope.
have you got evasion by this point? So you're probably not in too much trouble. But
Yeah,
yeah, I will. I'll get Mage Hand and see if I can open the trapdoor with it.
You can. It's probably it's really heavy. It's probably right at the height of Mage Hand's limit, but you are able to
Okay.
open it. It's one of those ones with like a little pull rope that just a simple, it's a hole drilled through and then there's a rope tied to it. And the Mage Hand pulls that rope up and it lifts up the trap door. And there seems to be a tunnel that goes down from 30 feet away. You can't get a great view of where it goes. But you do see that it's very rough hewn, this tunnel. This is not like a, nice cellar kind of thing. It's just like straight stone that's been chipped away, and the dirt that's been chipped away. There's been no dressing on the walls. There's been no kind of finishing on it. It just looks like someone dug a hole.
Okay. Okay. Well, if there's been no like reaction, like nothing's been triggered by me opening it, then I'll walk a bit closer and just see if I can see what I can see. Like kind of peer down it from here.
Sure. You walk up and you go and you look a little bit closer, and when you look down, again, really rough hewn tunnel. It's It's big enough that you think you could lower yourself down and then crawl through it. You can't see where it goes, other than it sort of heads vaguely north.
Okay.
But it again. It looks like a prison tunnel. It looks like someone's just like dug it out.
Sure. Okay. Okay. Seems to be fairly crudely built. Quite narrow. Okay. Lunara's probably gonna send Quoth, like just to hop in and like hop along and see what
Okay.
she can see through his eyes.
Yeah. So
Oh, I'm
Quoth,
stuck.
you're
Yeah,
stuck.
I'm stuck on the sight lines. Yeah, on the sight lines of the obelisk.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I'll just delete those. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah. There we go. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so Quoth hops down the tunnel and starts hopping along. It goes north and it also goes vaguely east. It twists and turns for a while, and finally it comes out into uh, it comes out into another room.
Okay.
And it just sort of again this seems to be like a hand dug tunnel is the feeling that you
Yeah.
get. And there's sort of like a hole in a wall, and you're in another room in another place. Um, there's a ceiling above you
Mhm.
that is um, uh, not a typical ceiling. It's got sort of one beam running down the center rather than multiple beams.
Okay.
Um, and you can also see that there's a skeleton, or Quoth can see that there's a skeleton down here that has like broken bones.
Ooh. Like smashed up bones, or
Um, it looks more like you'd have to do a medicine check. Do a medicine check.
okay. Yeah, I can do a medicine check. Let me see if I can roll them through here. Abilities. What are my skills? Skills. Ah, there we go. Medicine. No, that was nature. Dot that.
Yeah, Quoth is not sure what has happened to this body. It might just be that the bones have cracked with old age,
Okay.
or it might be that these are injuries. But other than that, Quoth doesn't really understand human anatomy.
Sure. Or what? Me looking through.
Are you looking
Me
through
looking
Quoth's
through.
eyes?
Yeah. Can't really. Yeah. Quoth not a doctor. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. So whichever sheet I actually have open. Okay, that was Quoth's medicine skill, not mine, but it's fine. Quoth not a doctor.
Well, I think with those rolls,
It's
even if
still
we apply your
still a
skills, it's still not
7
gonna.
with
Yeah.
mine. It's not gonna be. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll let the others know that it seems relatively safe to get down there, but it's quite narrow and cramped. Is there a way out of that room that I can see?
Nope.
Okay. Do we want to head down there and have a look ourselves?
I mean, a room that only can be accessed by a tunnel is kind of intriguing, but the
Yeah,
description of a busted up skeleton is less
it
intriguing.
is a little concerning, isn't it? Like there might be a secret way out of that like I haven't just kind of glanced at from a distance.
I don't know. Let's ask the three gods.
Yeah.
Well, Adriel's looking completely lost at the moment. So he's having a hard time dealing with this loss of Gorm.
Is that what we're calling caffeine today?
Usmagaris is playing with a toy, and Meduara looks bored.
All right, let's go check out the busted up body.
Would you like
Okay.
to use this? And I pull out my Wand of Secrets.
That would probably be very useful. Yes, help find us a way out. Be cautious. There may be a trap in that room that obviously Quoth is too light to trigger.
So who's going in first?
Oh gee, I wonder who.
Everyone looks at the monk.
Magnus will go first, but if he gets wedged, we're in real trouble.
I'll hand my Wand of Secrets to Magnus. Why can't I move?
Is it?
Which way is it? Is it
It's just down through this trapdoor.
okay?
So there's not actually a map for this region. So I'm just going to describe to you what you see, and then when you get to a place where I can move you over, I will do so. So yeah, Wei, you go down first, and it's tight, but it's not uncomfortably so, and you're able to maneuver through the tunnel quite handily. And much as was described to you by Lunara through Quoth's eyes, really rough-hewn tunnel. Looks like it was hand dug, and it sort of goes north and then sort of swings east. And you come out in this wall, and you're looking out into a room. It's fairly... it's probably got like a 10-foot high ceiling, so it's maybe a little bit higher than a normal ceiling. And there's just no doors that you can see. It's completely dark in there. You guys obviously have all your lights and vision and stuff going so you can see, but it is a completely dark room. There's no light source. And the only entrance and exit that you can see from this room is this tunnel that was like hacked through the wall.
Okay. And so I'll continue down.
Okay, so you go like right into the room?
Yeah, I don't have good investigation or anything.
Okay. You head on into the room. There's nothing that causes you any concern. There's no traps or anything that you activate. And you see, as I described, there's this sort of corpse at the center. It's just a skeleton, and it's got some broken bones.
That's not foreboding. I'll put
And
it
do the rest
behind me. I'm like,
If I've seen that it's safe from like Quoth seeing Wei come in, then Lunara will follow.
Okay.
right, it's nice and damp down here.
Oh, delightful.
Use the wand.
So, do you have the wand, Adriel, or are you giving it? Did you give it to Wei?
I could give it to Wei. Yeah, I would have. I thought Magnus was going down first, but yeah, if Wei went down first, I would give it to him.
Would have given it to him. Okay, so Wei, you do have that wand if you want to use it.
How do I use it?
Just
A twist and flick.
activate it.
I'm just sort of like a first year student at Hogwarts.
Yep.
It's kind of like play around with it.
And
fair.
Lunara is 100% Hermione Grangering you.
It's not the first time I played with a wand.
Lunara sighs. I should be used to that by now, but yeah, here we are.
I'll go further in first because it's meta wise, it's usually unlikely for a DM to put such a secret door that close to another entrance.
Okay, so if you stay at the center of the room, you're within 30 feet of the whole room.
And I will flick me wand.
You flick your wand, and your hand is drawn upwards, and you point to the ceiling.
I have my. I would have. Is it completely dark in here? I assume. It's
It is
basement.
completely dark.
I like to say I have my hooded my lantern lit, obviously, because I
Sure.
can't see in the dark.
I'll,
And the ceiling just looks like a bare ceiling at the moment.
It's got one beam down through the center.
Okay.
Actually, maybe no. Yeah, it's got one beam down through the center, which looks a little odd to you.
I will have. I'll put detect magic back up after having used. Taking it down to use Mage Hand.
Right, you say that, right?
Scanning. Yeah, I saw
Secret
the singular
door
beam.
on the ceiling.
Can I like take a closer look at the ceiling, see if I can see if there's a trap or a
Yeah, so you
passage
use your
or-
detect magic on it, and you don't see anything odd about it at all. You can
Okay.
roll me an investigation if you want to take a closer look.
Yeah, I will. I will investigate. It's like Lunara.
I just want to ask one last time. It's like you said, it's a beam, like a support beam.
Yes, that's what it looks like.
How tall is it? I'm sure it's not too
Um,
tall.
It's 10 feet above your head.
Right. Wait 1 second.
Oh, it's
going
10
to-
feet above the floor, sorry.
What's that?
So
10 feet above the what?
handful
10 feet
of
above the
your
floor.
Okay. 10 feet above the floor. Can I jump 10 feet above the floor? I think I can.
I mean, you're a
Yeah,
monk.
probably.
If you couldn't, I would be worried.
I'm pretty sure you can just climb up the wall and
That's
walk on the
like-
ceiling and get
yeah.
there.
That's
I
only
have
like
enough.
4
I
feet
actually have
above
enough
your
room to
head.
do that thing. I jump. 3 plus
Yeah,
Right.
strength.
you're
Never
a
mind. I
6 feet
don't.
human. Assuming that's you're a 6 feet human, that's only 4 foot above your head.
Yeah. So
I'm happy to say you can leap up and grab the beam and
yeah, I'm gonna leap up the beam. I'm gonna straddle it and monkey climb up it.
so the beam runs across the ceiling. So you can kind of grab it and hang off of it and take a look at it. Lunara, from your vantage point, you don't see anything much about this. Wei, when you grab the beam, you seem to have triggered something because all of a sudden the ceiling falls away
Oh bollocks!
Oh,
into 2 sections. And that beam isn't actually attached to one side of the floor, and so the ceiling, sorry, and the ceiling swings down and out, and you get a glimpse of a room up above before where you let go of the beam and the floor snaps back up. Sorry, the ceiling snaps back up closed. Basically, you guys are at the bottom of a pit trap.
Oh, okay. Phew. We're on the happier side of the pit trap. Fucking hell.
All right, so I've had an idea. I will hang here, wait down, wait for the rest of you to go up into that room, and then I can just fly. I can just fly myself out.
Okay.
So get the
Okay,
fellas down there. Yeah? Get
Yep,
the lads down there.
I'll message back and say come join us.
All right. Once
I'm going to Spider-Man straddle that beam again and just weigh it down. Have
Sure.
the little trap open.
Spider-Man, that beam.
All right,
there's
I am
several of
going
that somewhere.
to. I assume you're all happy to go through there. No objections.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, a dog walked past and Milo's losing his mind. I'm just gonna clump you all up here. And copy. And oh no. Alright. There's your new location right here. And I'm just gonna get rid of the old views. So I guess so the room that you're currently in is the room with the pit trap floor. So you'll actually probably be more outstanding, like where I've just put Lunara, because if you stand in that room, obviously the floor is going to collapse. So let me give you a quick description of what you guys are looking at. So the room with the floor, is empty save for the carving of the skull on the left-hand wall. And then you can see there's a skull right here. And you can kind of like half peek through the skull, and you can sort of see a little bit into this next room here. You just get a glimpse of a couple of chairs. There's nothing really else of interest in the room you're currently in. And then the room in beyond, where I sort of placed Lunar, the big room, looks like a ballroom. And as soon as you guys step into this room with your light, the light is suddenly refracted through long hanging crystals that extend from the ceiling. And it just, you know that scene from The Mummy where like she uses the mirror and it just like lights up the whole room?
Yes.
That's kind of what happens with the
Yeah.
crystals in this
Oh,
room.
cool.
As soon as they catch the light from like Way's lantern, just they refract back and forth and they just illuminate the whole room. Not only is it quite impressive and nice to actually have some decent light, but it's really beautiful. It's just this whole it's stunning. It's so pretty. And you can imagine, you know, with musicians off in the wings playing. And in fact, you do get that. There's a ball going on in the other time, and you can sort of see people moving through and dancing to the music, and the crystals all lit up, and it's really stunning. Um, the roof to this room reaches 30 feet above the highly polished floor, and the walls are heavily adorned with frescoes of dancing nymphs, satyrs, and legendary beasts. To the right is a dais raised 6 feet above the floor and topped with a stonework screen that extends to the ceiling. A small set of stairs to the left and right of the dais connects it to the main floor. And then there are 3 doors open on the opposite wall, which would be this one here.
Very pretty.
Bit odd to have a pit trap next to the ballroom, but you know, I can't fault them their design. I can maybe fault them for spending their last moments having a large gala.
I mean, maybe you just, someone's impolite. They, cut into a dance that they weren't invited on. Throw them in the pit trap. Seems perfectly civilized.
I mean, didn't work so well for Caltharius, I guess.
We needed a bigger pit to trap him in, I'm afraid. Not perfect system.
Well, shall we check out the chair room?
Yeah, let's have a look. Quoth like flies in and lands on one of the chairs.
Okay, a little bit of dust comes up. This room is furnished in Spartan yet comfortable chairs and stools. The right-hand wall is pierced by 2 doors, but the room is dominated by the huge carving of a skull in the opposite wall. The carving is as tall as the wall itself and so deep that it reveals the room beyond through the eye sockets and a nose hole. Above the carving, runes reform here to read, "Death to all who enter here." Through the carving of the skull can be seen an empty room, which is the room that you guys were just in. On
Honestly,
the
bizarre design choices.
on the others, like other time period, I guess, in this room, there are people sitting, drinking, eating, talking, laughing. You can sort of hear what they're saying if you focus on it, but other than that, it's just sort of like a weird background murmur, like white noise. And they seem to have they can't seem to be able to see you at all.
It's like the teacher in Charlie Brown.
Yeah. Wah, 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 wah.
Out of curiosity, was the floor of the footprint of the trap area, did that match up with that room that we just came out of?
Sorry, did
The footprint of the like trap that we were at the bottom of the pit.
yes.
Did the footprint of
Yes,
that
it
room
was the
match
same
up with this one?
dimensions of
Right.
the room that
Okay.
you were just in. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So can't guarantee that this floor isn't trapped, but if it is, it goes to a different pit. I guess Lunara will like poke the floor of it with a staff, just to see if do the traditional adventurers like hitting the floor in front of you with the quarterstaff. Yeah.
Yeah, you tap. The floor does not sound hollow like the way that the other floor does, and
Okay.
it doesn't seem to bow under the weight.
Okay. Gonna like just put my head in, I guess, just have a quick glance around and see if there's anything that catches my eye.
Nothing in particular. It's nice, comfortable sitting room, or at least it was.
Okay. Weird, comfortable anti-area, like a smoking room or something, I guess. Curious.
Just
Um,
1 second. I'll be right back. Just 1 second.
Sure.
Sure. Oh.
How's your coffee, Seb? Is this a good time for you to run and grab it?
I drink a energy drink.
Okay.
Well, the water is still upstairs. I'm sure the water's ready. Why do I have a minute? Is he?
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah, I
leave.
think if he's popped away, if you want to go grab your coffee, it's a good time.
All right. I'll do it.
That piece. So we have.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Seb's just grabbing his coffee while you were gone. We'll just give him a second here. Oh my goodness. I went to the gym on, not yesterday, the day before, Thursday. And we didn't warm up first. We just like went straight into the weights. And I'm
Yeah, don't do
so
that.
sore today. And
Yeah,
it was
don't do
I'm
that.
never doing that again. It was a terrible idea.
Yeah, that
Don't ever do that.
seems like a
I'm
bad
serious. Don't ever do that.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
doing it again. I'll tell you that. I'm sitting here in my chair and I'm like, oh, I hurt. Oh, I hurt.
idea. Am I?
Ooh.
Okay, so you.
So I've been using D&D for this in-person group that I'm DMing. D&D Roll20 for the in-person group that I'm DMing, and putting it up on the TV screen.
All right.
And like,
That's cool.
I wish they all had computers. It's like I have to constantly be like checking to make sure that like they can all see the map and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's working. It's better than I don't have battle maps or
right.
miniatures, so at least we can like use the.
Welcome back.
To me, the
Welcome
worst
back.
part about playing in person, as much fun as it was to like gather around a table and play in person, the friggin' math. Oh my god.
I know.
Yeah.
I love rolling
Yeah.
physical dice, but then I have to sit there and like add stuff. And I was like, oh man, this sucks.
Yeah. I tend to use Roll20 in person because you can open your character sheet on like your phone
Yeah.
and then use the screen as the battle map and do all that stuff together. Yeah, I'm far too lazy to DM the old-fashioned way. Who the hell's got time for that?
I know.
It's
Just
fine
keeping
as a-
track of like initiative and crap, like it's so much easier with
Yeah.
Roll20 and yeah.
I mean, it's fine for like sword and board characters because you're usually rolling like 2 dice or something. But I was playing
Yeah.
a wizard, man. Like,
Yeah.
cast fireball at like 5th level. Okay, great. I'm gonna have to grab a whole bunch of. Does anybody have extra d6s lying around?
Oh, great. Now I've got to look after all these dice.
That was always, well, I used to play with like a really big group in person, and the wizard was always like, he would say fireball, and everyone would just like throw their d6s at him.
I ended up buying a pack of like cheap d6s for Warhammer and just had those with me all the time.
Nice. Yeah, just you had enough to roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are in the ballroom, and as you're looking through and you're kind of investigating these other rooms, you notice that the ghost people, the people in the other time, are all of a sudden the people in the sitting room get up and they all wander into the ballroom, and that screen that is covering the dais here, all of a sudden it raises up, and the screen is in fact a curtain, and the dais is a stage. And there are people there performing a play or a skit of some kind. It's hard to hear. You can't quite see what's going on, but based on what you can see, you can figure it out. There is two people that are dressed all in red. One of them has a huge set of wings on their back, and they are moving together to look like some sort of strange idea of Calitharius. And there are small houses that have been placed on the ground, and the demon is knocking them out of the way. And another actor runs up with a sword and attempts to fight Calitharius, but he's slain by the beast. And then standing suddenly in the center of a stage is a man wearing wizard robes, and he pretends to cast a spell. And for those of you who are spellcasters, you can see that there is being magic being used, but it's illusion magic. It's magic to look like magic is being cast rather than an actual spell. And he sends off some magic into the creature, and the creature reels off. And the people are applauding and laughing. And the wizard takes his bow, and then the curtain comes back down again, and the room is abuzz with this little play that they have just seen.
Oh boy, amateur dramatics.
Oh, come on. Nothing like a good mummery.
I mean, he wasn't even casting right. Like, come on, you should at least try.
I half expected you to cast Counterspell for a second there, just to really make the feel interesting.
Oh, that would have been fun, yeah. For subtle spell, counter spell, just to ruin your bardic performance, yeah.
I am confused
No,
as to where we've ended up, though, because these people are sitting here watching plays
yeah,
about the battle that is theoretically happening
about
right
to
now.
happen, yeah. Weird. Where we are in the time dimension doesn't make sense. Can I try and piece together whereabouts the whereabouts in the time dimension that would put them?
Sure, go ahead and give me a history check, Lenara. You can have advantage
Okay.
thanks to your knowledge of this time period.
Thank fuck for that. Advantage. History. 17.
Nice. So the play was inaccurate.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess
You
not much.
suspect that this may be them doing a depiction of things that are about to come.
Oh, I see. It's like.
So you
Okay.
think you're probably still in the same time frame as before,
Okay.
sort of just before this event happens.
Okay.
It seems as though the people in this room are sort of confident that that's what's going to happen. The wizard is going to defeat the demon, and all will be fine.
Okay. Okay, I see.
Pre-gaming, I get it.
Yeah.
Pre-gaming.
It's not something you see very often in like dramatics of this is what will happen in the future. Curious. Okay. Yeah, I'll relay that to the group, and like seems like it was a reassurance, maybe like we're in danger, but the wizard will solve it.
If only that's what wizards did instead of cowering in towers.
If only.
All right, let's. I guess we're gonna head over to the other side of the ballroom. I'm gonna
Yep.
do my best to pick my way through the crowd and not pass through people because it just weirds me out.
Well, you try. You try, Magnus. But as you step a little further into the ballroom, you notice that the floor wiggles.
Lovely.
And the further you get into the ballroom, the more the floor sort of wiggles and bops around, and you find that you're for those of you watching, it almost looks like Magnus is dancing the way that he's moving around on these tiles to sort of stay upright as the floor wiggles and jiggles. And it's a very odd sensation, and you find that you are sort of almost pushed into the dance that these people are dancing.
Didn't expect you to get quite so into it, Magnus.
Oh, I know how to party, especially right before the end of the world.
Party like it's 1999, whatever that time frame means.
But how far into the dance floor do I make it before something terrible happens?
Nothing terrible happens. You just dance your way over.
Oh,
I
perfect.
mean, we're having to watch you
Harlem
dance, so the
shaking my
terrible's
entire
happened to
way
us.
across.
The floor is less jiggly at the edges and more jiggly at the center. So it gets progressively easier as you go across to the other side.
I definitely don't share that information.
Okay, I guess we'll try and cross. Like, Lunara's going to take it very slowly because, holy crap, dancing is a terrifying concept.
Ismagar is just rocking out in the center of the room. You know when little kids dance and it's just
Yeah,
jumping and happy and spinning, and that's what's going on
Yeah.
right now.
complete abandon, just all fun right now. Yeah.
Maduara takes the side of the room all the way over.
Pretty booper.
Adriel, do you dance with Usmagaris?
Yeah, I go and I'm just like woo. I'm a little lost.
Awesome. She's giggling and laughing. Maduara, she looks at you, Lunar, and she rolls her eyes. She says, "Those two
Yeah.
have not changed in 1,000 years."
Oh. That's still very weird to me. He's just Adriel. He's not him being Gorm, him being an incarnation of Gorm is strange. It still feels like a joke, I'm afraid.
Gods are people too.
What was that, sorry?
Gods are people too.
From this side of the divide, it's difficult to see.
At that point, Usmagaris runs over and says, "You should have danced with us, Lunara. That was fun."
How do I put this in a way that will not upset you? She thinks to herself. I would prefer not to, but thank you.
And Wei, do you make it across? Do you dance, or do you just nimbly slide over the dance floor with no problems?
How tall's the ceiling?
It's quite high, and there's crystals. Remember, floaty crystals.
Okay,
Oh, is there
You can hop across all the floaty crystals if you want.
I'll do that. I'll dash.
Is there a D&D version of like Disco Ball?
Well, it's all across the whole thing. They're just hanging in the ceiling. And so Wei, you climb up the wall and you just nimbly walk across the crystals. And it's a little trippy to watch when Wei does this because there's two sets of crystals that are lit up. One is in the modern era and one is in the past era. And so when Wei steps on the crystals and they sink a little bit, it's almost like you're seeing double. But Wei, you have no problem navigating your way across. And you guys are now looking into this sort of hallway over here. The true enemy of this campaign, the hallways. This is a long, narrow corridor that extends the length of the ballroom. There is an arched door right here. Oops, right here. Sorry. Above which is a mosaic calligraphy. The door is of wood bound with iron, with a latch on the left and the hinges behind the door to the right, as shown by the large reinforcing straps riveted to the door on that side. The door looks as though it would open push open to the right.
And
Come
the
on, then.
mosaic, does it
Daylight's
say
burning.
anything?
What about these rooms? These smaller rooms.
I think it's all one hallway.
Oh, there's one hallway.
All one long hallway. Yeah, it's probably a little bit hard to see from your angle there, but it's
Yeah.
all one long hallway. And it looks it looks fine. You kind of got that double vision thing where you can see in one era, it's more like a place to step away from the ballroom, like a resting area. There would be a few chairs here, and it would be a little bit quieter away from the music, a chance to catch your breath, freshen up, grab a drink, that kind of thing. In the current time, it's the floor is kind of like covered in sand and the tiles are broken. There's no furniture left here any longer. But that's about it. It's a pretty standard hallway.
It's the wallflower room for Lunara and Madara.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
yeah.
go.
Finally feel comfortable.
Sorry, you said there was a mosaic of calligraphy above the door? What does it
Yeah,
say?
there is a mosaic of calligraphy above the door. You want to take a look at that? Um,
Are they hoping it says something stupid like exit?
it says, hang on, I wrote it down in here and there it is. I had to find it.
The bounty hunter here, this is not a place for cowards. Conquer salesmen if he too dares be rewarded. Interesting. And this is the inscription to the entrance of the dance hall, basically.
No, it's over top of this door, going
Okay.
to wherever this door leads.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's good because I thought it meant we had to go back into that room and dance like we actually meant it. I don't have proficiency in dance.
So we did an escape room a couple of months ago for one of my friend's birthdays, and the final puzzle for the escape room made you do the Macarena.
Oh, jeez.
That was the absolute fucking worst. I am not coordinated. There's a reason I avoid dancing. And it's not just for public safety.
All right. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm going to follow the instruction and swing the door open
Okay.
with purpose.
Oh boy.
Magnus swings the door open with purpose, takes a step forward boldly, and disappears, and the door swings shut behind him. Magnus, join me in secrets.
Oh, it was nice knowing him.
Oh, yeah, it was I'll miss him.
Not sure I'll miss him, but it was nice knowing him.
Lunara likes him enough to miss him. Okay, that's that's better.
Hey guys.
Hello.
So Magnus is gone.
He's dead.
We'll miss him. Guess he's rolling up a new character in the other channel, huh?
Yeah, I told him to roll something up real quick.
Yeah, well, you know, Twilight class are kind of overpowered anyway, so.
Yeah. It was a good call. It was probably for the better. Um, I guess like Lunara's like, okay. I'll leave Quoth here, and I will step through.
Okay. Do you do as the sign says and step through boldly?
Yeah, I think Lunara she takes a moment, she takes a deep breath, she thinks about what she's doing this for, obviously for the opportunity to see Pandora again, and then kind of sends Quoth over to land on to land with the Megaris, and then steps through the door.
Okay. Join me in secrets, please.
Yep. See you guys soon.
For the rest of you, same dealio. The door opens, Lunar steps through, and it just snaps shut behind her, and you do not see her again for a minute.
Um,
And I will be back shortly.
Mhm.
Hey guys.
Hello. Yeah,
So Lunar is also dead.
I mean, I would have.
Um,
Yeah, I will walk through too right after her.
You're gonna walk through right after? Okay. You do hear, she has put in chat, Quoth says in Lunora's voice, "Wee!" Once she has gone through the door. So Adriel, you're next.
Yep.
Are you doing the same? Are you doing a bold step?
Yeah, because I feel like I have, even though I don't feel like I'm Gorm anymore, I feel like I still have him to protect me. So I would boldly go through.
Okay, awesome. You know what? We're gonna keep this train going. Join me in secrets.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
Hola. Wee. I see. So do I just slide all the way down?
You slide all the way down.
It's
It
fun.
is, it's a circular slide with a metal bottom, and it just rips you around in this great big. And then when you get to near the bottom, it levels out a little bit, but you still land in a bit of a heap down at the bottom with Magnus and Lunara kind of like looking
Yeah.
down at you.
We've put a little bit of effort in to make it a little bit of a nicer landing at the end, like kind of put more sand over the bottom of it and kind of make it
Nice,
more comfortable. Yeah.
excellent.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, it was a pleasant ending to an otherwise horrible building. I will give it a high star rating on TripAdvisor or whatever the D&D equivalent is.
All right, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna go get Chang.
Okay.
Yeah. See, told you he wasn't dead. We never doubted for a second, did we?
No, not at all.
There wasn't even a brief moment of, oh,
Nope.
I mean, that's the end of that. I guess we'll find another way out.
In
Nope,
fact,
not-
it
not
is
even
good
a-
to
not
see
even
you're
a moment.
alive. As he rolls his eyes.
Never had a doubt. Especially not the conversation of, oh, we'll miss him. That definitely didn't happen.
Mm-mm.
I couldn't resist doing the quoth bit in my voice. I figured that would just be a fun way of letting you know what's happening.
Yeah.
Knowing Way, he's going to take all the fun out of it and like find some
Yeah,
way
he
to
is,
monk
yeah.
walk his way down.
Yeah. Bound to. But then, I mean, if you're playing a monk, why not
That
do
is
that?
half
Kind of,
the fun of
that's
it, I
what you
guess.
play monk to do, yeah. That's better. Yeah. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. Much better. Yeah. I got myself an organizer thing for my painting stuff because it's just making a huge mess on my desk otherwise. And it's looking very pretty.
I was
mean,
looking at one of
pretty,
those. I seriously considered starting. There's one on Amazon, I think, that's like a modular set that you can add to.
Oh, cool.
I was
Yeah.
seriously considering getting one of those.
Yeah.
Hey
I just got
guys,
one
back
that's,
to
like,
general,
plasterboard.
please.
Hey.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I just got one that's like wood, like balsa wood. Wah-wah.
So, first of all, Maduara comes down,
Mhm.
and then there's a little bit of time before Wei and Usmagaris come, and when they arrive together, and
Aw.
they get to the bottom of the slide down here. I'll just move you over, Wei. They get to the
Oh.
bottom of the slide down here, and Wei actually, well, do you want to describe how you do it, Wei?
Yeah, essentially Wei comes down with Usmagaris, kind of like, parent going down a slide with their kid
Aw.
and holding on to her. And just as we get to the end, before we shoot off it, my boots kind of activate. And you just see it slow down to like a perfect stop.
Cute. That
I
is-
definitely
that's
just
cute as
look
hell.
at Lunara and go, "What I say, monk shit."
Yep, monk shit. Yep, you were right. I'm glad I didn't put any money on that. Monk shit it is.
Man, here I thought we were all dead.
Afraid it doesn't seem like we can die until this is sorted out. I assume like Quoth comes down with Madara or something, or
Yeah, he probably comes down on her shoulder if you're happy with that.
yeah.
Okay.
No complaints about that.
So you guys are once again standing on a bit of broken land. The sort of light patch of sand that you can see is the land, and then everything else, it drops away below it, and you're on one of these like floating areas. You're not quite sure how the whole slide thing works. It kind of hurts your brain when you look at it because it's there and it's not there, and there's land and there's not land. Um, it's very it's confusing. You're looking at two different times at once. But what you can see is the building that is to the west here, and it looks to be like a bathhouse. There's an immense building of rose-colored stone that faces the avenue and rises to the sand above. There are mountains of sand and rubble that sweep around the building from both sides, but the three main doors in the center are still open.
Okay. Let's have a look at that. I guess there was something about becoming clean, so this seems like a potential.
I guess I'd forgotten about that particular tidbit.
Mm. Where was it? Start is hidden from sun and the sun. 4 times must you pass from the gods you give. Cleanliness is next to godliness. When you have a friend's tears, the fiery gift, and the horse wings, carry ye the 14 golden links to the bridge. Only then can mortals hear the chimes, and then may the star light the way. So yeah, seems like investigating that is worth doing.
Go have a wash up.
Yeah. Yeah. Hoth like hops back to Lunara from Medarara. She kind of looks, gives her a nod of thanks / respect /
Yeah, she gives you a smile back and kind of nods back like you're welcome.
All right.
Is there water in these pools? Or is it timey-wimey? There's water and sand.
Yeah, it is timey-wimey. So the area that you're in right now is the East Gallery. So within the archways, so that where the poles are, those are sort of like archways.
You mean pillars?
Yes. My English is great this morning, isn't it? Every morning. Within the archways, they open into a long gallery 10 feet wide. It extends almost the entire length of the building and stands 10 feet off the main floor. There's stairways down to the main floor that terminate the gallery on either end, with domes filling the space to the end walls. And then looking onto the main floor, you can see 3 sets of pillars, 2 feet in diameter, support a vaulted roof that rises 70 feet from the floor. The base of each of these columns is a tub that is in one time filled with soil and shriveled remnants of trees, and in the other is full of water. A row of pillars, each one ornately carved to represent legendary beasts and equipped with 4 oil lamps, support the gallery just inside the main entry. A colonnade and gallery identical to that on the east wall runs along the west wall of the building. Sand in the modern time has poured through the archways to the east, piling into the gallery and spilling into the main floor. Set into the floor between the columns are 4 large depressions that are filled with water in one time and not in another, and around the pools are marble benches. There are also 4 domed rooms, each about 20 feet wide by 10 feet deep and 10 to 15 feet high, that stand in the corners of the building at the ends of the colonnade. And beside each one is, so that would be like these rooms in the corners here. There's 1 in each corner.
Right, okay. Anybody have ideas?
Let's have a quick look. So, take a kind of wander into the courtyard and just have a look around.
Sure.
Very nice. Like, surprisingly even though obviously it's dilapidated, it feels maybe surprisingly tranquil.
Yeah, it feels pretty.
Hmm. So, are those? Is that stairs I can see there? Just out of curiosity.
That's correct. Those are the stairs that go down. So you guys are up 10 feet, and those are the
Right.
stairs that go down to the main floor.
Oh, I see. Okay, so we need to go down them to get into the main floor. Right, I understand.
Oops. Sorry.
So to come down like that way. Okay. Okay, so there's another raised dais over there, and there's the antechambers off the side. I guess let's just have a look around, see what's in all of the chambers.
Spread out, take a walk around, see what kind of
Yeah.
attacks we trigger.
Yeah.
So you guys are looking into those domed rooms there,
Yeah.
and Lunara has gone north, and Magnus has gone south.
Correct.
I will do the traditional like 10-foot pole, just like poke the floor as I'm walking in front of me, almost like walking as a blind person, just to check that I'm not falling into anything or finding holes
Sure.
in the time dimension that I'm not seeing.
So in both time dimensions, this is a changing room. There's a couple of benches, and there are some hooks on the wall there where you would hang like your clothes while you went into the baths. Um,
Mhm.
there are clothes in the room. In the past time, in the current time, the room is empty and a bit overgrown and full of sand. There's nothing here that gives you any cause for concern. And Magnus, you see pretty much the same thing at the other end.
I mean, that pretty much confirms what I figured. Didn't think there'd be much in there, but I will go check the other one just in case.
I'll be following behind Magnus just in case he gets into the shed.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys head over to the other one, and you are seeing the same thing, except this time there's something else in that comes out as you guys cross the path across the room. It all of a sudden, the water that is left in the current day gloms together and forms a horrendous creature that comes at you with a spear and a, what is he carrying? Oh no, he's just got water. He comes at you with his watery tendrils and attacks. And we're gonna roll initiative after our break.
Okay.
So let's take a shortish one. We'll just take like 5 or so, and we'll come back into our combat when you guys get back.
Alright.
Sounds good.
This is the first time in a while that I've had a name for the session by halfway.
Oh, what is this one?
I've decided to call this one Quoth the Raven. Whee!
Nice. All right, so here are your baddies, the creatures that rise up out of the water. I will put a picture in chat. They're kind of cool. This is from the expanded
Oh, boy.
monster manual.
Oh,
So they're basically water elementals, but big. So let's get a little bit of initiative going here.
Yay, I'm last.
Well, to add to that, I'm so sorry to say, you are fighting creatures in the present day. Oh, so you can attack them.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
only the
it was
ones in the
that
past you
you
can't
can.
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're fine. You're fine, Seb. Never mind. Okay.
Well, I didn't mind running away.
Bye,
Sorry, guys, I have no powers. I have to go.
guys. Good luck with the elemental. Battle music on, and Wei, you are up first.
All right. Well, you know what I do. I do what I do how I do.
You do what you do. Oh, I should let you guys know, sorry. Roll20 has adjusted their sound so that it is not as piercingly loud as it used to be, but it may mean that you need to adjust the master music volume level to better levels for you now. Because I'm finding things are very, very quiet because it's not ear splitting anymore. Okay,
Okay.
sorry, Wei, I didn't mean to interrupt your turn.
Yeah, no problem. All right. Yeah, well, long sword, I'm gonna do my basic combo here. That's not a hit.
Well, the first one misses.
Doubt that's a hit either.
Oh, it's doing that
13.
thing again where it's not showing me their AC. That is actually a hit.
A 13 is a hit? Oh, sweet.
13 hit
14.
for 14. And this is magical?
Yeah.
Okay, so he takes the full 14.
Uh-oh. And I don't know. Bonus action.
Nice. Another hit.
That'll do 12 force for that one.
Force. Okay. And I think that'll be 12 force as well. Oh dear. I maybe needed another one of these.
I'll flurry of blows it. I'll do one more.
Okay.
That'll hit. Or
That will
8.
hit
Additional 8.
for 8.
That's-
Awesome.
That's me.
Okay. Oh.
Actually, no, wait. I can just move. I'll move next to Magnus. 'Cause I'm sure it'll chase me.
Sure will. It's gonna come down here. And actually, it doesn't even need to. It's gonna stay. It's gonna be here.
If it's gonna attack Wei, I will use my reaction to impose disadvantage.
Okay. So it is going to cast. It is going to try and constrict Wei. So this will be an attack at disadvantage on him. So 16 to hit. I don't think that touches you, Wei.
17.
17. Okay, and here comes its tail attack. Another 16.
Nope.
Gosh darn it. And that will end my water elemental's turn. And Madurar is up. She's going to run forward. She's going to drop down to one knee. And she is going to do what she does best, which is launch an arrow. Twice. Both of those will hit. I will reconcile this damage, and Lunara, you can go while I deal with that.
Okay. So gonna kind of move up against the wall here, and then I'm gonna cast Hex on this one.
Nice.
Let's put that on at the level doesn't really matter, but first level Hex. And then that was a bonus action. Where's my Hex damage? There it is. And then I will start blasting. Just double checking that I can't use a feature as well. I think it's a bonus action to use as well. Where are you? Where the hell is that description? Igniting blast. I'm very sorry, I'm having trouble finding something.
That's okay. I feel like it's been a while since we played, so we're
Yeah.
all like remembering character traits.
I'm pretty sure that is a bonus action to use, so I will not. I will just Eldritch Blast. So normal, 2 attacks. Oh, that's not going to do it.
Oh dear.
Neither. Whoa.
Oh
I'm
my
done for
goodness.
D&D today, guys. That I quit.
Yep, that's a
Gonna
good
go
session,
and
everyone. See you later.
hide in there. And
Take a lap,
Quoth
take a
will
lap.
go and Quoth will go and like harry it to like provide a help action to whoever goes from next.
Okay,
And then that
sounds
will
good.
be the end of my pathetic turn.
All right. Magnus.
Okay, I am going to. I'm feeling pretty tapped, guys. So I think it's going to be a cantrip. I'm going to use Ray of Frost on the one that is closest to me, obviously.
Okay, well, you hit it, so you're already ahead of Lunara.
Yeah, well done. You beat me.
And the frost magic actually does do damage to it, so it will take the full 13. Nice.
And for my
Man,
bonus
Magnus
action,
wrecking this thing.
I am going to. I'm going to harness my divine power just to get a spell
Why'd you
slot
keep
back.
doing this?
Okay.
I'll get a second level spell slot back, and that will end my turn.
That was the-
How smart are these things? Pretty smart. I think it's going to do a tail attack at the annoying bird.
Sure.
That'll
I'm
hit.
pretty sure you're guaranteed to hit. Has an AC of 12. Yes.
And so
Qu-
that'll take out Quoth. Sorry,
Quoth
Quoth.
out of existence, but I have advantage against him until he dies now. So
You do. And oh god, I feel like I'm always picking on Adrian.
You are, so pick on Nanara.
definitely
Well,
pick on Adriel.
Inara's
Keep
not
doing
even
it.
hitting herself. I'm actually gonna stay there. You're just right there. So we're gonna try a constrict on you. Oh no.
Oh yeah, 26 would definitely hit.
Let me.
That's the
no, I
magic
can't
number. It
see
doesn't hit
to-
on a
I
26.
can't see
Everything
to
else.
intervene. I'm afraid.
Sorry, Lunar, are you doing something?
I don't think I can see to intervene. Let me just double check the wording on Silvery Barbs. A creature I can see within 60 that succeeds on an attack roll. Like if I'm leaning like partly out, I could see it, but
I mean, you did
Actually-
specify you went in there to hide.
yeah, I did. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So no, I can't.
Okay.
I'm,
So, 20 bludgeoning, and you are grappled, Adriel.
Okay.
And you are pulled 5 feet towards the creature. And that will end its turn. And Adriel, you are up.
I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. So for something that's grappled, does grappling end if something else moves me?
yes.
So if I can do my tempestuous magic and have my gust of wind, it says doing so allows you to fly up to 10 feet without provoking opportunity attack, but I'm not sure if that will break a grapple.
That wouldn't break a grapple. You could, if you have any kind of teleport, that would work.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, if it doesn't use your, does it use your movement? I can't remember how that works. Because if it doesn't use your movement, if you're just flying,
Yeah, it's up to the.
yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't use movement, but I'm not sure.
I don't think you would be able to break a grapple that
Yeah.
way.
Fly up to 10 feet. Yeah, yeah, fair.
Sorry,
If you
now.
want to try to escape, you can try and do an acrobatics to escape. Funnily enough, while you are grappled by this creature, you're technically not within. Oh, you're within his range, so you would still have disadvantage on any ranged attacks. But you can attack him with a normal attack without disadvantage.
Isn't it only if there's a creature within 5 feet of you when you attempt a ranged attack?
I think because he's grappled by him, it counts as.
Right, okay. Okay, fair.
Yeah.
Yep, you're cool.
Okay, so I'm just gonna charge up and shoot a lightning bolt right through him.
Okay.
You're not
You
trapped in
can't.
here
You
with
can't
him.
go any closer to him because you're.
Yeah.
Like
No,
he's got you, so you can attack him from there. Yeah.
so lightning bolt. I will do that at a higher level.
Oof. Awesome. That's a lot of damage. Let's see. Dex save. He's good at this, but I don't know if he's good enough. He is not good enough. Your lightning rips through him. And he takes 35
35
points of lightning damage.
plus another half my sorcerer level. What level are we? 7?
We're level 9.
Level
Nine.
8, aren't you?
Because I'm gonna use my Heart of the Storm, which
Yeah, level 9.
whenever I cast a spell at first level or higher that deals lightning or thunder damage, stormy magic erupts around me. This causes creatures of your choice within 10 feet of you to take lightning damage, half your sorcerer level. So he takes another 4.
Nice.
I will use 2 sorcery points.
In one go, you've done almost as much damage as Magnus and Wade together.
And cast a lightning spark, but this would be at disadvantage, I'm assuming. Oh wait, which?
Yeah, it would be at disadvantage for this one.
Or a shocking grasp. would
Yeah,
do
that's
it
what I
if
was just
you're,
looking. I was reading
within
that right
range, yeah.
now. I was wondering.
Yeah.
Take reactions until. I only can't take reactions. I'm not. I guess so. I'll do a shocking grasp.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
That's gonna hit.
wait. Oh, sorry.
For another 13. Ouch.
God, he's still looking well though. I guess that's it for me.
Okay. Usmagaris is gonna run up and grab you and start trying to like pull you away from the creature's grasp. I'm gonna have her do a strength check and see if she succeeds.
Use your divine energy.
Oh my god.
Does she succeed?
She does.
Wow.
She's almost to 15.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's just its escape DC, but it's just so she just grabs you and just pulls and rips you back to the stairs and says, "Adriel, no!"
You can pull me back farther if you want.
She's like collapsed on the stairs, exhausted. You're like, "Keep going, kid." Okay, wait, you're up.
Alright, thank you.
I got you. It's okay.
Sorry about that. I was trying to sneeze.
No
Fine.
worries. I hate that
Alright.
feeling when you're just like waiting for it to happen.
Yeah, and the nostrils were itching. All right. Let's go again. Might
Okay.
as well. 20.
Yeah.
That'll be that much damage, but this time see if I can stop it in its tracks.
Oh, stunning strike. Darn it.
Yeah, it's been a
Let's
couple
see,
weeks. Huh?
I have to do a, what is it, con, right?
Con save. My save is 14.
Oh, oh, bloody monks.
All right, it's stunned. Everybody can wail on it now.
11.
I'll spend another 2. I'll spend another key point, or discipline point, into flurry.
Ooh, that's
I'll assume
nice.
14 hits, right? Because you said 13.
14 hits, yeah.
All right, so there's the crit, 13, and the regular one for another 9. You want me to calculate that?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still trying to find the stunned little
mean,
icon there.
20 plus 13 is 33 total.
Holy smokes. Yeah, he's almost dead. Nice.
I'm beating the shit out of a thing of water.
There's like water splashing everywhere. Yeah, so he just hangs out.
Caution slipping.
Maduara, she's gonna focus fire, I guess, on the northmost one, because that seems to be the one with the most health at this point. Couple of longbow attacks. They both hit.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, her weapon is not magical, and it's immune to the poison.
Ah.
So she only does 6 points of damage total.
Oh yeah, better than 0. I always say.
Yep. Any damage is better
All right,
than no damage.
Lunara.
So step out of hiding and start blasting. So 2 Eldritch Blasts, advantage when I'm targeting him. So first one at him. I'll do them one at a time because 26.
26 hits.
To make sure I've got my things. He's got Hex as well. So that is 11 points
11?
of damage. Still up?
Let me just check his necrotic. I think he takes necrotic. Yeah, he does.
Second one at him too then, if he's still up.
He's still up.
Okay.
Second one will hit.
20 for 8 points of damage.
Or 8. He's still up.
Okay, then I will spend 2 sorcery points to quicken Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
And blast at him again with advantage. 28, I
hit.
think will do it. For 15 points of damage.
He's still kicking.
Ah, I don't want him to be. Okay, fine. Last Eldritch Blast. I was hoping to spread him out, but
Another hit.
for another 9.
Another 9. He's still up.
Oh, you're kidding me.
He's looking really rough. He's looking sort of wobbly, but he's still up.
Oh, I don't have any other damage I can put on him. That's so annoying. Okay, then I'll duck back into the corner and end my turn.
Okay.
Done.
Magnus. You've got
Okay.
advantage on the stunned creature ahead of you, or there's obviously the one to the north.
I will move there, and I will cast Inflict Wounds.
Ooh, okay.
First level. Ooh,
14 will hit.
thank God. For 18.
Nice. How do you kill it?
Yeah, I sort of just shove my hand inside it, and it just watches a black ichor spreads through it.
Cool.
And then
Yeah, the
I
water
will-
just like it like gets all black and gross, and then the whole thing just sort of like falls apart and split on the
I'll take the
ground.
rest of my movement to get here, and I will action surge, and I will cast Ray of Frost at the other one.
Okay.
Is it still advantage or no?
Not on this one, no.
Oof.
But a 13 is a hit.
For 11.
Nice.
How do you do what Lunara could not and
I
end
just
this
come in and kill
creature?
steal both these creatures. Yeah, I just fire a blast of cold, and it embeds in it, and you watch as it slowly spreads across the monster, freezing it solid.
Awesome. And then it cracks and crashes to the ground. Well done, guys. That will take us out of combat. And you have a second to breathe. Uspagar is crying a little bit, and she's like, "Are you okay, Gorm?"
I am. Thank you. Because of you.
I was so scared. I thought you were gonna be inside the creature and then you were gonna be in the water, and I can't swim.
I can't either.
Then that would have been really bad because you couldn't have saved me and I couldn't have saved you. Let's not fight those things again, okay?
I give her a hug.
Oh,
She like gives you a great big hug.
Magnus just points over his shoulder at the other change room and goes, "Yeah, there was nothing in that one either."
Maduara sort of hops down the stairs here and she says, this is a dangerous place. We should be careful and stick together.
yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I mean, I will admit it probably wasn't wise for the two melee people to team up and leave the two casters together, but it all worked out. Everybody's pretty much fine.
Yeah,
Pretty much fine.
Adriel
Well-
is a little worse for wear by the looks of it, but
Yeah.
otherwise we're good.
He's a little waterlogged. It'll dry off. It's fine.
No, let's not forget I can zip around the battlefield pretty easily.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're never truly separated.
Never separated. As long as you're on the same plane of existence.
Pretty much.
All right, let's give this place a thorough once over, I guess.
Yeah.
Make sure we're not missing anything vital.
Do they leave anything when they like is there a puddle or like any kind of anything in said puddle, or do they just kind of
There's
evaporate?
water left behind, yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing in the it's just water.
Okay.
No loot.
Not even giving us loot. What a shame.
Magnus is looking under benches, hoping not to see ancient gum.
The shame.
Magnus, when you look under this bench here, you see a sewer grating, like a drainage grate. That
Interesting.
as you look at it, you just think there's lots of grates in here, there's lots of waterways, but that one seems to go down a really long way.
Does it look big enough for a person to get into?
Sure does.
All right.
Very
Does the
convenient.
bench look movable?
It's pretty heavy, but you're pretty strong, so yeah.
I will kind of call out, be like, "Hey, come check this out," and I'm gonna just try and tip the bench over.
Yeah, you have no problem. You tip the bench over. You look like a big strong man when you do it. And on the there's this grate. The grate is slightly askew, and when you look down, it seems to lead somewhere.
I stand up after I tip the bench over and be like, "Look how strong I am!" Oh, hey, look, cool, great.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll try and pry it open.
Yep. Again, the grate, it's on some hinges. It's a little bit rusty in present day, but it makes that horrible noise. But I don't know if that came through the mic. If it did, I apologize. But you managed to get it open, and you could see that you could probably drop down and walk quite comfortably through this area.
Do we feel like being subterranean explorers again?
I mean, I don't think we have much of an opportunity otherwise. So
Way, is there much out there, or does it turn into no ground again?
I'll take a look. What's up? What's going on?
Yeah, it turns into no ground again. Pretty much where you can see sand is where there's sand, and where you can see black that's where the ground just drops away.
Right, there's nothing. I'll plunge into the abyss.
I hear the abyss is nice this time of year.
I know. I heard there's demons roaming around down there.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
what's
there's
going on?
purple worms
Could
up
be
here,
worse.
so it's not much better, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It could only be worse. Or better, or whatever. Yes.
Right, who wants to go first?
All eyes
Sorry, how
look at-
far
look that
down is it?
way.
Is this a rope situation, or is it a like just drop down and your knees will absorb most of the shock?
Yeah, it's just a drop down situation.
You have an ones up, aren't you? That's narrow. Look how narrow that is.
Yeah, but you're slender. You'll fit, no issue. I might have to
Oh.
take my shoulder pauldrons off.
All right, grease me up.
I
Go
thought you
roll
came
around in the
pre-greased.
water from that weird.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Water is not a good lubricant. Speak from experience.
Fuck's sake! How did that come up in D&D?
Dries very quickly. No one? All right.
I'm gonna say it probably while you're saying that. Magnus is just like, yeah, I'm sure, and he's just kind of like pushing you towards the end.
I'm just gonna again. I'm gonna take some of the. I'm gonna dip my hand in the lantern oil, or at least any like maybe like a spare like case of lantern oil. And just rub myself. Don't mind if I smell it, kerosene.
It would be an
All right, you
improvement.
grease yourself up.
Note
Oil
to
yourself
self:
up.
avoid fire spells.
Void.
And you hop down into the hallway. And
I cross my arms. I'm going down a water park slide.
it's quite a comfortable fit. You have no problem. And you start walking down the tunnel. It does get a bit narrower, to the point that you have to start crawling at some point, as you continue on down. Do you go far? Do you wait for the others? What do you do?
I'm gonna keep going for now. Doesn't stink down there, does it? Since it's
No,
old tonic.
it's fairly dry. There's no water down there, and it's not it probably was back in the day, like just a drain for the baths, not a like sewer drain. And then now in modern times it's dry, so it's not an unpleasant walk. It's a little bit weird going through like ghost water, but it doesn't impede your process at all. And finally you get to the end of this tunnel where you see there's light coming in from above, and there's another grate upwards.
All right, I'm gonna sort of turn myself around. You and push, and I'm going to try to, break the grate. I'll push it open with my legs.
Sure. Yeah, you get that grate open, and it's above your head, so you have to kind of give it a bit of a shove, but you're able to shove it open, and you can see into the area beyond. Please join me in secrets.
Okay.
And we never saw him again.
Yeah, I mean, Magnus will probably shout down at some point, like, "Are you dead?"
What would you do if he said yes?
Well, see, that's the conundrum. If he says yes, it's like,
Hmm.
well, I guess he's dead. We can't go down there. If he doesn't say anything,
Yeah.
well, I guess he's safe. It's fine. We don't need to go down there.
Yeah, say nothing if you're fine. I can't believe how badly I rolled with the double nat ones in that first fucking round of combat.
Okay, I mean, come on. The last session we played, I got like 4 ones in a row.
Yeah. Happens, I guess.
Yeah.
The dice giveth, the dice taketh away.
That is, I mean, that is the fun of D&D. It can't be all
Yeah.
successes all the time.
Yeah.
Although I am looking forward to Matt Colville's new system. Really want to try that out.
What kind of system is he doing? What's any idea what it's basing on?
Well, it's like a from the ground up kind of thing. They're designing it
Okay.
all.
Yeah.
But one of the things that they're doing, which I am excited for, but I don't know how well it's going to actually work and play, is you don't roll to hit. You always hit.
Okay.
You just roll damage, and then you can do like other things. So you can push them. It's a much more like cinematic type of fighting. There's
Okay.
never, and he did that because like it sucks as a wizard to cast like a 4th level spell and miss and have nothing
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
He's like,
made.
"That's-"
Yeah, it's like made for heroes to be actual heroes. Like it seems
Yeah.
really, really cool.
It looks really interesting. I backed it, so once the book shows up, I'm looking forward to reading through it and see how it works. My only concern with it is obviously if you're always hitting, how much of a damage sponge are bosses and stuff going to be?
Yeah.
Like,
They're gonna have
you
to
don't
be.
want to
They're
be
gonna have to
sitting
have
there
tons of hit
wailing on it
points.
for an hour.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I guess you kind of get that with D&D too. Like some of the
Yeah.
monsters are just huge pools of hit points.
Mm.
But one of the things, like I said, it's a much more cinematic type game. But they've also added in other elements, like in their one of their adventures that they're designing, they've added things called like negotiation skills, and basically it'll tell you a stat block for an NPC and say like how resilient they are to being bargained with, as well as their drives and
Okay.
like triggers for them.
That's good. That's good to have.
Yeah, it makes it really interesting because it adds another little bit of like challenge to the role play. You want to actually research people that you're trying to sway rather
Yeah.
than just going up and talking to them.
All right. All right.
So you
So
guys get rid of Wei here. You hear Wei's voice coming down at you back through the tunnel. He's gone a little while, probably like maybe a minute before you hear him calling out to you.
I say, "Hi, loves. I've got a problem."
Told you everything would be fine.
Have you tried cream?
I can't.
All
I
right,
can't hear that. You guys are bantering above.
I mean, hearing that, Magnus will fold himself up and try and get into this tunnel.
Yeah, Magnus, you make it through. And you get to you can see Wei. Wei is stood, so it's a fairly short walk through this this drainage system. And then you see Wei, and he's kind of like peeking out through a grate in the ceiling of the drainage system. So you can't see what's going on. You can just sort of see Wei standing there in the way. And Magnus, you approach him, and Wei, what do you say to him?
Cheers. With the rest.
I mean,
Well-
they're probably coming. I don't know. You
Yeah,
had a
I'll
problem,
follow.
so I
Lunara.
came.
Yeah, Lunara will definitely follow.
Serio?
Next, everyone's in behind.
Serio.
Yeah, I'll go.
This is a problem for the brainy ones, the smart ones.
Well, you could have said that. Now we have to try and shuffle around in this tiny friggin' Magnus is like scraping himself against one of the walls.
Well,
trying
man,
to
we may
slide
need you
through.
too. It's a team effort, after all. Might need the kids as well.
You get yourself stuck in a hole.
Hey, as you sound pretty skinny. Unlikely. And-
As you guys are talking, you can hear you can hear sounds coming like sort of muffled from up above, crashes and bangs and booms.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Armageddon is happening
Oh,
So
fun.
we've been
above
dilly-dallying.
ground.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Lunara and the others will catch up then.
Was that the problem? The fact that Armageddon's happening? Because I mean, we knew that was going to be a problem.
So I'll wait for everybody to come here. I'll get back up. Keep the grate open.
Okay, I will move everyone over. I'm just gonna bunch you up. Just bear with me for a second here. And you're gonna sort of step out of the way so they can all see what's going on?
Is there a grate on hinges or is it just like a detachable?
It's on hinges.
I'll make sure the hinges don't accidentally close on them. So I'll just keep it open. Stand behind it. So like reading them at a Walmart or something.
Okay. So as you guys get close and you kind of take turns peeking up, what you see is um, you're standing on another one of those floating islands. This one is open air. It's an outside. You're on the outside, and it's fairly small. And at the very center is a statue of Gorm. I apologize, Seb, for the way the statue looks. I didn't make the map.
Mhm.
I realized Gorm had such a lovely snout, and pointy ears.
Mm.
I know, right?
I don't remember looking like this.
In where you can see that the statue is holding that urn is actually he's holding the star gem in his hand.
Yeah.
In the
So
past.
yeah, that's the problem. It's not really there. So
In present day, the statue is broken and shattered. In past times, the statue is standing there with the gem in its hand. You also see Calicitharius is here, and he is flinging fireballs down upon the city. People are screaming and running. It is Armageddon. At this point, the past time, the whatever happened to make all the islands float hasn't happened yet, so the city is still connected. But you in the present time are up in the sky while being down on the ground at the same time. It's very mind trippy.
right.
What was the clue again, Lunara? Something about getting cleansed. I feel like maybe we did that.
Well, I got dirty again.
I'm wondering if it was like a pass through the spa area to get to the next area. Now we need to figure out what to do to get this damn gem into the present.
Yeah, that's why I asked for the brainy ones.
um, looking.
So, any suggestions? And I hate to break it to you all, but yeah, we don't have too much time left.
Well, Nara's the brainy one.
But you're the gods.
Lunar,
you lot-
you're muted if you are not aware. I don't know if you know or not.
Sorry. Yeah, I was not aware I was still muted. Curious. So the gem is here in the past, not here now. And obviously we can't really interact with the past fully, can we? We can't like grab the past version of it.
I mean, it's a statue of me with it.
Maybe, yeah, you go, you
Yeah.
try and grab it. See if you can. See if he'll pass it to you, essentially.
I'll slowly walk up and try to grab it.
Gorm, when you walk up to the statue of yourself, something happens. You find yourself almost pulled in a trance towards this statue. And the time flickers all around you. And suddenly you're more in you've moved time in the past slightly. And now what you see is Calicitharius is still there. He is still raining fire down upon the town. But now there is someone else stood by your statue. He is a human male. Not a very imposing figure, fairly slender, not particularly tall, short dark hair, got a bit of a bookish look to him. But he's standing and he's casting magic. And as he's casting this spell, it feels stronger than any magic you have ever seen anyone cast, Adriel. It is, for all that this guy has a tiny body, the magic is enormous within him. And you just know instantly, this is Martek. And he's casting a spell, and he's throwing ice towards Calicatharius, and he's screaming, "We will end you, Calicatharius! I will make sure you are imprisoned forever!" And he's got this gem in his hand, and he's reaching up to put it into the statue, and he sort of half climbs the statue, and he gets it up there, and you see that there is a fireball coming right towards the statue. What do you do?
Oh boy.
Just a quick question. Do we just see Adriel just like locked in place, just standing there like zoned out?
Yes. Sorry, I should have explained that better. The rest of you cannot see this happening.
Sure.
Yeah. So he has his hand down, it's just like catatonic.
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, I can't do anything to stop the fireball since I can't counterspell it. So,
Can you?
can
Do you
I?
try?
Can I? Yeah, I'll try to counterspell the fireball.
You counterspell the fireball.
Awesome. Let me.
You try and cast this magic, and all of a sudden, you are Gorm. You are no longer Adriel. You are not the embodiment of the god, not the avatar of the god. You are the god. You do not need to take that spell from your spell sheet.
Okay. Put it back.
At this point, Martek looks at you and says, "Thanks. I didn't think you would show up."
So as Gorm, though, do I know why I'm here? Like, I don't
You still have Adriel's memories at this point. You just have Gorm's Gormness.
Okay. I would just I don't know really how to respond to it when he says, "Oh," I'll just say something like, "Oh, did you ever have a doubt?" I don't know.
He says, "With the old gods, I always have a doubt." And he manages to grab the gem, and he says, "This is the last one. It's all I needed." And he says, "Cover me." And he starts. He pulls out the other star gems. You see, he has all the rest of them, and he starts to cast a spell. And while he does, Calicatharius is desperately trying to stop him. Gorm, you are up there fighting with Calicatharius at this point, trying to cover Martek while he casts whatever he is casting. Usmagaris and Maduara are there with you in their godly forms. Tell me how you stop Calicatharius, or at least hold him off while the spell is being cast. What do you do? Don't forget your god, be badass.
Oh my god, you're putting me on the spot here.
Totally putting you on the spot.
I cast shocking grasp.
I know. I guess shocking grasp. I guess what like Calatharius, what kind of things is he doing?
He's flinging these massive fireballs down upon the city. He's flying over, and he's like ripping buildings out. He's picking up people and flinging them to the ground. He's throwing things at Martek. Anything he can do to get there to try and stop this ritual from being cast.
I feel like since I am a god of thunder and lightning, I would be just like shooting these massive lightning bolts at the things that he's like raining down, and they would just dissipate, like his fireballs and stuff like that. Blowing things
Awesome.
up, yeah, as they come flying down from him.
It's like that game Asteroids. There's all this
Yeah.
stuff like falling down, and you're just like pew pew, and
Yeah.
the lightning bolts are just like breaking it before it hits them.
I'm trying to protect the people too that are probably in the area.
Awesome. Yeah, you're doing your best to like save as many people as you can. Maduar and Usmagaris are doing the same kind of thing. Maduar is using her bow to try and draw his attention, and Usmagaris has put like a little bit of a force field around Martek while he is casting the spell to at least if anything does. And like when like these big like boulders are coming or buildings are coming towards him, and you blow them up, the sort of like little bits of rock that are left are tinkling on this force field and allowing Martek to continue casting this spell. And finally, you see the final word is spoken, and Martek casts the spell, and Calicatharius throws one final. It's not even a firebolt at this point. It's just a blast of energy. And you counter with your lightning, and at the same time, Martek casts his spell. And at that point, time goes fast and freezes all at the same time. Calicatharius is gone. He's just vanished. The city explodes and pieces of it fly up into the sky and then get caught in these time bubbles and freeze. And Martek looks at you, holding the star gem, and he casts one last spell. He turns it into a rock, and he drops it on the ground near the broken statue. Just before you are ripped back into present day, and all of you find yourselves back in the present day Sky Sea.
Wait, all of us, or just
All of you. You guys are just watching Adriel, and then suddenly there's like this pull, and you're all suddenly just standing on this island, and you can't see the past any longer. And Adriel,
Oh.
there's a rock at your foot.
Yeah, and I'll lean over and pick it up.
And
See,
when you do,
alright.
it transforms into the
Yep.
gem.
you're feeling all right, Adrian? You haven't breathed in a while.
I turn around holding it in my hand and I say, I have it. The gem.
That's a rock.
No, it turns into a gem when I picked it up.
It turns back into a gem as the second
Oh,
he touches
okay. I thought he was presenting us like, oh god, this guy's really delusional now.
Yeah, you lost it now.
Oh, that's rather helpful.
I saw the past,
Yeah, so did we.
but I saw the final fight.
Oh, good. So you know exactly what to do to
I
make
know
all
the
these
spell.
gems work.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful.
Hmm.
That makes our job a lot easier.
Yeah.
Is it a spell you have to do looking at the thing, or can you do it from here and have this all be over?
I believe we need to be with, yeah, looking at him.
That was what I was afraid of. All right. Well, has everybody filled out their last wills and testaments?
I have faith that we will succeed.
Yeah, well, you're a god, and so is that one, and so is that one. So you guys will get to come back when this doesn't work.
I'm glad you finally admit it.
Yeah, as I was about to say, you believe that? You believe all that nonsense now?
He picked up a rock and it turned into the gem. I mean, plus, I mean, look at that snout and those pointy ears.
That is not me, okay?
The
I don't know.
resemblance is remarkable.
Whoever
The resemblance is incredible.
built the statue obviously never saw me.
I
They
mean,
took their best
we-
guess.
We live in a world with magic. Like wizard did it. I don't need to ascribe gods where wizards did it.
Yeah, Luna's all pale and grey. She looks like she's dead. Here she is, alive and breathing. But she was a corpse when we first met her. Stranger things have happened.
Often.
All right.
Okay, so we have the last star gem. You know the spell. What the hell do we do now?
And I would also like tell them the great battle I just saw. as much detail as I can.
Awesome.
It's what a fun story. Now, does anybody remember where we parked the boat?
Round corner from the
Remember it
library?
being far too close to a purple worm. And Magnus just checks his wrist, which has no watch on it, and goes, "It should probably be back by now."
Okay, let's try and get back to it. Try and sneak our way back to it, I guess.
All right, let's backtrack and find our boat.
Okay. You don't have any trouble backing out of these buildings. You've made your way through. You fought the creatures within, and you have no issues making your way back. It takes a little bit of a time, but that is, it is what it is. You are this time fully back in present day as you go through, and so you don't encounter any of the ghosts or the echoes of the people. You don't encounter any of the weirdness that you had seen.
Wait. I want to stop us before we leave the house we were in that we first entered.
Mhm.
What about the worm?
Let's just try and sneak our way to it. Like, no, once we get close, make no noise, walk carefully.
Make no noise! Have you seen this man? And I point to Magnus.
He does have a point. We might
Well,
need to all try and fly. I don't know. That might be
or like if you can fly, you go and get the boat. You bring the boat to us.
that's a much better idea. I like that idea. Way, go get the boat.
Oh, I love being a bellhop. Things I do for you people.
Before we leave, I just go, okay, we got the book, we got the gem. Was there anything else we needed in this hellhole before we leave?
I'm gonna start walking off in midair. It's like I'm climbing the stairs. Like I'm climbing stairs and then I just walk off straight, like 20 feet off the ground.
Yeah,
Don't remember us needing anything else, yeah?
you have no problem without touching the ground. You are able to make sure that the purple worm goes undisturbed. It does not sense any of
really
the tremors in
careful.
the ground from your movements.
I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for silence and listen real hard, and then I'm going to just forefinger and thumbs, just like gently pry the knot out. Just
Yeah.
very gently. And I'm gonna row it back.
Okay. Yeah, you make it
Very
back to
slowly.
the group,
I
and
think
everyone.
the coast is clear. Get it.
Okay.
We'll get to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Magnus had to really bite his tongue to not just repeat really loudly. You think the what's what?
You guys hop in the boat and you head down out of the Sky Sea and back into the more quote unquote normal part of the desert. I don't even know if the desert open.
Is there any chance I could scout ahead?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm just gonna jump off the boat.
Yeah, you jump off the boat. You sort of use your boots to scout ahead and keep an eye out for dangers. Most of the dangers here seem to be purple worms on the ground. You see more of those holes that I described as you came in, those round circular holes, and you now realize that those are purple worm tunnels.
Right.
There's birds and things flying around, but it's very desolate. It's a weird place to sort of fly through, especially by your way. It's just it's a massive ruined city, and it's so empty and it's so quiet. And yeah, you don't see anything of any kind of danger along the way as you go.
Yes. Also want to scout essentially. Well, are we like leaving, going back to ground level?
I guess so, yeah. That was the plan. There's
Yeah, so
nothing else we
when
need here, as far as I can tell.
I'll make sure to scout that. I'll scout the rest of our way out of the actual vicinity of the city, and then as soon as that happens, I'm going to actually jump out off the boat, go into a dive into the ground, so that I can find a safe place to land for us to reconvene and collect our thoughts and everything.
Don't forget, we need to
Yeah.
collect the main cart as well.
The what?
We need to collect the main cart as well. We left it.
Yeah, or wagon. Yeah, I'll skydive
our
towards
wagon,
our
yeah.
wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you skydive towards your wagon. You had left it up against some sort of a pile of rocks near the edge of sort of that crater where the city had basically been exploded from. And so it's still there. And it's a safe place for you to sit and reconvene and decide what to do now and how to do it. So just to make sure we are perfectly clear, you now have all of these star gems. You do know that there is a weapon at the Tomb of Martek that the star gems will open.
Okay.
And then Adriel also saw the ritual that was cast
me.
that trapped, that Usmagar's trapped, sorry, not Usmagar's, that Martek cast that trapped Calicatharis that only lasts 1,000 years.
Okay.
I mean, I guess the next stop is Martek's tomb to get the.
Yeah, I
Weapon?
guess so. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if we know where that is.
You.
Is that related to the pendant thing? The palm tree symbol?
It
Don't remember.
is.
That was, and that kind of like always points in the direction that we need to go. Was that how that worked?
That the pendant for the palm tree will lead you there. Yes. I knew there was a way for you guys to get there. I was like, how do they know? Oh yeah, the palm tree. You're right.
Float it in a little coconut shell full of water and let it just
Yeah, and just
direct us
just
where we
use
need
it
to go.
guide you.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I vote that's our best course of action. You know, right after a long rest of some sort.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So I realize we're a little bit early today, but I think this is a really good place to call it. We're only 15 minutes early, and you guys have leveled.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you're gonna need that level for where you're headed. So let's call the game a little bit early. You guys can level up now or do it over the next week, and we will meet on next Saturday, unless anyone has any objections, which would be the 6th.
Should work for me.
Oh.
Hmm?
No, I should be fine. I'll double check later today.
Okay.
But I should be fine because it is like there's 4th of July stuff going on.
That's what I was wondering because I know it's
No.
4th of July for you. Nick, is that good for you? You sort of sounded
I
a little
think. Let me
busy.
just double check. Sorry, I was gonna double check. I was going to have a look, and then when Seb said something, I was like, oh, maybe I don't have to check. But the 6th, yeah, 6th should be fine.
This is good for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So presuming it is fine for Seb, we will play. If not, we'll play the following week. So just post something in chat for us, please, so that we know.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. My party starts right after that. Not my party, but
Oh, perfect. D&D and then a party. What a good day.
Yeah.
thank you for the level up because now I'm cooking with gas.
Oh yeah, what'd you get?
I mean, just the fact that I can step to the wind, other people with me.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Around the battlefield.
Yeah, that's gonna be handy.
I-
That's gonna be really handy.
My
First,
flurry
it
of
seems
blows
like
is-
she expects us to like actually succeed in this task, and I'm like, you set the bar pretty high.
I think you'll probably be fine and mostly won't die.
That's as long
Mostly.
as Way can land those stunning strikes. Otherwise, we're all doomed.
Yeah.
Running strikes. My flurry of blows is three
Double.
attacks now.
PSI.
3
Excellent.
attacks
All
now.
right.
Nice.
Thanks for the session. You guys
thank
have a
you.
great week. Enjoy your 4th of July. Kirsty, enjoy Canada Day.
Well, thanks. You too,
Talk to you
Chris.
guys all next week.
Talk to you
Yeah.
next week.
Bye, everyone.
See you guys.
See ya.
Okay, bye, everyone.
Bye.
And everyone who's watching, thank you for watching, and join us next Saturday, the 6th. See what happens. All right. Bye, everyone.